The rhinoceros's hypothesis was preposterous. Preposterous. All right, buckle up. We sound good. So we're going down a rabbit hole today, and we're going to have some fun. This one, we're going to start this party off with POV. It's 6 a.m. on the train, and you realize the Matrix is real. Everyone's just staring at their phones, just like autopilot.
And the guy who filmed it's on his phone, too.
Yeah. So basically, today we're talking about people are kind of waking up. They're snapping out of it, okay? They're seeing through the society, what's going on, what's real, what's not. But to be fair, before we really get this party started, one, I got my homie Nate with us. We're going to have a good time.
What's up, guys?
And let's just be honest. It's 6 a.m. and you have to ride a train to work probably. You know, I don't really expect people to just be like holding hands and singing and like, you know, playing Duck Duck Goose with each other, like, you know, playing a flute or something.
Yeah.
Just to be kind of fair.
Here, it's 6 a.m., Jack. Ask me how my day's going.
How's your day, Nate?
Oh, it hasn't started yet. Shut the fuck up.
All right. Well, speaking of starting, let's get this video cooking. This chick goes, "We're living in a fake world." All right, let's go down the rabbit hole.
What happened 4 years ago was bad. Fucking buckle up. And I'm not saying this to try to scare you, but I know you feel within your soul that something's going on, and that's because it is. And maybe you don't believe in it, you can't explain it, but I know life feels off. I know you feel off because the world we live in was not designed for us. It was like systematically placed there to enslave our consciousness, and I fucking wish I was making this up. But there's something happening that is unfolding, and the world we once knew will never come back. Vibrationally, the planet is moving too fast. Our consciousness is shifting too fast. I don't know what the next months of reality are going to look like, but I know that shit is going to hit the fan. It is just a matter of time.
Why do we...
Wow, man.
Okay, let's real quick, dude. Now,
What the hell? She's like, first of all, she's just like, hey, don't be scared. And then she just drops this laundry list of
she
terrifying
was
shit.
freaking me out. I'm like, oh my god.
I'm petrified.
I was vibrating. Now, to be fair, like, she's kind of not tripping if you kind of use the Matrix analogy, like our consciousness. I feel as if this right here, the fact that you're watching this probably on your phone and we could access people like this, and throughout this whole video of people waking up, snapping out of it, quote unquote, if you don't look at this ever and you don't watch this and you just go outside, depending on where you live, it's pretty normal. Nothing's really crazy's going on.
Yeah, we were just at Guitar Center and everything was fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I was outside. It was the grass. There was birds. I saw a dog. You know, it's fine.
Saw a guy with a ponytail at Guitar Center. Yeah. Everything is normal.
Yeah. Things are chill. But I do get what she's saying though about kind of things do feel a little off.
It's probably amplified if you're in the big cities.
But at the same time, it's kind of like women. I'm just joking. Anyways, you guys leave your thoughts on that one. Let's keep it moving.
Why do we pay for land when it already exists on the planet for free?
It should be free, right?
Like, how can someone claim ownership of rock that naturally occurred on this planet?
They're all like, what?
What the hell?
What?
It's so weird, too, because...
That's a basic one, though. That's kind of like when I was 12. All right, maybe not 12, but when I was like 17. You know, I feel like a lot of people maybe not, though. I feel like there are a lot of people on autopilot, and we're going to see a lot of people in this video kind of like just realizing, like, oh my God, I pay to live. We're going to see a lot of that. What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. I was going to say, like, and that's the land given to us by God. We have to buy it. But here's the thing. Even if you buy it, in most states, you don't even own it because the government can take it at any time through eminent domain.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, that's a given. I'm just saying it's
just crazy.
It's just funny, though. We're going to see a lot of this in this video. Anyways, this guy is talking about holidays or conspiracy.
Oh, God.
Here we go. This is great.
These holidays are not just, I keep telling y'all, these holidays are not just because. So turkey sales are $6 billion annually. So this holiday is all about money, just like all the holidays are.
Okay. He's not tripping. Let's really break it down. Before we get into what Christmas shopping was like and Black Friday on 1994 compared to now, you got the three big ones back to back, right? Oh man, hold on. They're just barging in. Look at them. Holy shit. I never experienced nothing like that. Some people would even say that this is a conspiracy, that the government hired these people to film, to come and bum rush the mall while they film it. I'm just saying, this is where the world's at. This is what you find when you're scrolling on this fucking thing.
Yeah.
But think about it. You got Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, or Hanukkah. You're lighting candles and shit, okay?
Yeah.
So you got Halloween, candy. People love that. They get hooked on candy, okay? You got costumes. You're buying nonsense, right? Generally, if you're old enough, you're gonna go get hammered at a Halloween party. You're gonna try and have some sex and some candy.
Why not?
Okay. All right. Next thing you know, God forbid you have kids. You got to buy them fucking costumes. All right. The guy wants to be Spider-Man. You get the point. All right. Next thing you know, not even a month later, you got Thanksgiving. When's the last time you fucking just had gravy, sipping a gravy out of a cup?
Never.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. Once a year.
That's it.
My point is, though, is it's another one back to back. Then you got fucking Christmas. All right? And I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of people out here on the internet, they want to cancel the holidays. Well, guess what? Those are all single people. Because if you have a girlfriend, good fucking luck. You ain't canceling shit.
No.
And forget about the whole one gift thing. What are you going to do on Christmas? Give your kid one gift?
Here you go, son. I like you a little.
Yeah, one gift. Try that with your girlfriend. One gift, please. I'd love to see how that turns out. But I'm just saying, we're not even going to get into Valentine's Day or Easter presents, okay? That's another upper echelons of society, the Easter gifts. We're not even going to go there. But my point is, then you got birthdays too, right? Like, I don't care about my birthday. Nate, do you really care about your birthday?
Not really.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, I'm just saying, though, it kind of is a ploy. I mean, it really is. I mean, just look at this, Nate. Go ahead, say what you're going to say, but I'm going to let this play in the background.
Well, I was going to also add, too, like, I used to think the fourth quarter, like what you just said, October, November, and December, those were the big holiday months. I used to work at a grocery store, and they were packed. But then you realize when that's gone, you're like, oh, wait, we have New Year's Eve. We have
Well, I
Valentine's
forgot about New Year's
Day.
Eve.
We have, what is it, St. Patrick's Day. We have whatever the hell's in April. Then you have, like, Mother's Day, Father's Day,
Columbus
4th of
Day.
July. Yeah, it's like you have holidays in every month, and you're like, oh, these are all, most of them just cash grabs.
Yeah.
Sure, what they represent is something good, maybe. But at the same time, it's just there for money.
And don't forget about Black Friday, which is what we're watching right now.
Yeah.
And Black Friday with a bunch of white people barging
white.
the mall. I'm telling you, this is probably
That was George Costanza from Seinfeld.
I've never experienced, but put it this way. This is 1994. This is like people barging the retail outlets. Okay, let's fast forward towards today where people are like, let's cancel the holidays. This is the most recent Black Friday.
Hey, at least none of them were on their phones.
Yeah, but right here, look. No one's there.
No, that's regular.
Guys,
And it's kind of a good thing though. Like,
That's a regular day at Walmart on Black Friday.
I don't want to say, like, I don't want to, yeah, right. I don't want to say giving people gifts and having fun and spending time with family is a bad thing. But there are a lot of people, they're waking up to it, you know, like, why? Why do we, it's like every year, it never stops. Anyways, let's switch gears a little bit. This chick's waking up big time right here. Get ready for this one. This is the holy grail of like snapping out of it.
Maryland.
This is the classic.
Why are we working? Like, why? How did that happen? We were born on a planet, and because we were born here, we just have to pay to exist. Or like, did you know that there's just some plants that are illegal? Like there's a plant that grows out of the ground, and they're like illegal. How is it illegal if it is just naturally existing? Why is the tax code so complicated? Why can I only get health insurance during open enrollment periods? How is there no maternity leave in this country? Guys, I think we went too far. I think we kind of like missed the plot.
She's okay. I'm not laughing at her. It's just funny because I was like 17 years old, like going, none of this makes any sense. Yeah, take that from me. My point is, she's got points. I'm not laughing at that. I'm just saying it's kind of like, what are you going to do about it? And to be fair, let's just keep it 101 Dalmatians. If we were living in a hut in the woods, money doesn't exist, we're still gonna be working. Like, it ain't gonna be that great. We have no AC. We have no heat. Okay, I'm trying to fight off some kind of animal, a polar bear.
Yeah.
You know, I'm up in Alaska. You know, like, how are you even living?
You got one hammock for sex.
Yeah,
Gotta
yeah.
wait your turn.
Exactly. Okay, everyone's trying to have sex with your woman. All right, it's not good. No, I'm not making light. I'm just saying I think there's always been a level of work. But yes, she is right about, you know, some things are a little absurd with some of these rules. Anyways, let's switch gears one more time. We're to the black man, the wise black man once said. No, I'm just joking. He goes, this guy goes, social media made the world weird.
Oh, yeah?
All right, let's get into it. I agree with him. I think a lot of this stems from just this.
Definitely.
Man, y'all ever just sat back and just thought about how weird life is right now? Like, we really, like 10 plus years ago, we really created an app that gave people a social score, gave people this certification badge, and we really used that to judge people in real life. Like 90% of the world really use social media to judge people in real life. Like,
I pray.
He's got a valid point.
He really does.
He does. I mean, think about it like this. This is how weird it is. Two dudes rambling about other dudes, rambling on their phones to make a living, to pay for the land that we're confused on how they're charging us for.
And the holidays.
He's got a point, but what I think Denzel Washington, I know he's a famous actor, but this guy makes a point right here. Hear him out. But this makes a lot of sense about the social media thing, and I agree with it.
in real life, like,
Right here.
I pray for your generation because we did not have to deal with what you've had to deal with. And it's our fault for putting it in your hands. There were no 9 million opinions of
No,
every
totally.
moment of my day.
No documentation
People
of
that
it.
like you and then suddenly they hate you and you don't
It's
understand
gross.
why. And
Yeah.
I never had, I don't even know what you call it, an Instagram account. Never had one. Link, what's the other name?
LinkedIn.
Twitter. I don't have any of those things.
You don't have a LinkedIn?
No. I have a Cadillac.
I love Denzel Washington. He's wise beyond his years.
Yeah, he one time said it too. He was like, making movies isn't hard. He's like, you show up and you do a thing. You're playing pretend in a camera. He goes, I'm blessed. And that's the same thing with what I'm doing here, but it's kind of trippy that's a real thing. Like, you are kind of judged off of slightly. I don't want to say it's always, but it's getting to a point where even if you're, like when I was bartending, for instance, one bar I worked at, they literally were, they looked at how many followers I had on my Instagram. I'm not kidding. This was real. They
Yeah.
wanted me to post when I was working shifts. And then when I didn't post, I was like, I'm not doing any of that. Guess what? They took my shifts away.
It's insane.
I'm not kidding. I quit. I got a new job that didn't care about that. I'm not saying it's to that level, but it is getting to that point where it's like, oh, you want to be a successful plumber? Your Instagram's got to be on point. Like, I feel like that's where it's heading.
Dude, for comedians, it's the exact same way too, where some comedians will be very funny, but they don't have like a super enormous Instagram or TikTok following or YouTube following, and they won't get shit. And then you got somebody who, might be way less funny than that person getting booked because they have 100,000 Instagram followers.
No, well, okay,
It's
exactly.
the same thing. Yeah.
But it's also getting to the point where it's just regular people.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. Anyway, speaking of some more bizarre stuff, this guy goes, really makes no effing sense how taking pictures of yourself without clothes on is selling your body, but destroying your back permanently at a warehouse in service of investors and shareholders while you get paid at minimum wage isn't. So it's basically...
Can't
It's
argue with
basically like
that.
doing hard labor is, you're telling me it's not selling your body. It kind of makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not a hot woman, so I don't have that luxury.
Wait, you're not?
No, I mean, I could be, but we're gonna get to that. That's deep shit.
I never ask. So
Something to think about. Anyways, as a New Yorker, can someone please explain to me why this is what you guys come here to see? It's just a bunch of ads.
Oh, man.
Look, it's just literally advertisements everywhere. But here's the funny thing, right?
That's my city.
About the ads. Even if you're not in New York, if you just drive down one of your main roads and you actually look at all the billboards, you look at everything, it's all like that. It's basically everywhere. I mean, It really is. It's kind of no getting around it. I mean, this is just an extreme level.
It's basically just TV everywhere you look.
Yeah, we are a product of our environment. You know what I mean? Like, it's like that movie, They Live. Basically, this guy, he gets these like special glasses. When he puts the glasses on, when he looks at all these billboards, instead of just seeing a picture of like, you know, a guy and a girl holding a hand, when he puts the glasses on, it's like create a family. And then when he like looks at another ad for like McDonald's, instead of saying burgers, it says buy more. So when he puts the glasses on, he starts to see like basically what this guy's seeing right now. He's like, why are there all these ads everywhere? It's funny. It's to get you to buy shit.
So many people take pictures in these cities, like in New York City and Times Square, and you're like, oh, this picture is also an ad for Coca-Cola or M&M's because it's right behind you.
It's a 2-for-1 special,
It's
baby.
insane.
Yeah, but you know, it's all ads nowadays, man. All of
true.
it. It's everything. All right, pivot a little bit more. This guy goes, can't believe we're really being held hostage by boomers. I think this person missed the message here. This one's a little trippy. In 1997, the President of the United States was born in 1946. In 2007, the President of the United States was born in 1946. Nate, you want to read the last two?
Yeah. In 2017, the President of the United States was born in 1946, and in 2027, the President of the United States was born in 1946.
But all this guy got
Imagine
this guy got from it was we're being held hostage by boomers. But what I see, we're going to crack it open. We're going to see help. We're going to see the wow, wow, wow. We're see through the bullshit. All I see is a bunch of presidents bunch of dudes who were born into it. You hear the thing about bloodline. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
The club.
These people have been promised since get-go. So basically, they're just going through the people that were promised, and they were promised a long time ago. I don't think there's... that's what I got from it. But you guys do your own math on this. You guys do it up. We're just talking shit here, having fun. Yeah. I don't know anything anymore. As you could tell, no one really does.
No.
Anyways, keep this party. But it's kind of funny to think about, though.
No, it is, yeah.
All right, here we go. Keep it moving. This dude goes, I love this guy, this old the grandpa guy. He goes, hard truth. A 3% raise isn't a raise if inflation is 8%. He goes, a 2-week vacation isn't a treat if you're trapped for 50 of the other weeks. A Rolex isn't a flex if someone still dictates your time. A home isn't an asset if you have to spend 40 years of your life to pay it off.
Facts.
Even Grandpa's like, he's like still figuring it out, you know? 80-year-old cat just going, I see through the bullshit.
Brilliant. That smile, I love it.
That's everybody now, though. All right, this one's trippy. I love the food shit. They finally implemented some of those like digital price tags at the grocery stores where they like change the prices. I mean, I guess it could save money on like printing new pieces of paper, but anyways, let's check it out. It's kind of bizarre.
Okay, so these are the new digital price.
Get ready.
Screens. So the whole goal of these is to adjust the prices
Doesn't
on
even
the
tell you
items
the price. 90 cents.
as they become more in demand. So for example, right now these are 90 cents. Let's say around 6 o'clock or during the busier time, these will go up to $1. And they'll fluctuate based off of demand.
No.
Yeah, that's the best, dude. I mean, I get it in an aspect of like saving money from printing paper. Like,
yeah.
I guess. I mean, I don't know how much those LCD screens cost, though. Maybe it's the same fucking price. Who knows?
No idea.
Then you have somebody programming them and changing them with Photoshop. It's probably the same price. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, it's the price changing that's a huge fucking problem.
Yeah, you dig a hole, you make a pile. There's really no kind of getting around it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of crazy to think that there's like surge pricing, like with Ubers. It's like the same shit. Like that's going to happen everywhere.
We don't price gouge.
What if that starts happening? I guess that does happen with my electricity. in my house. Kind of happens with that.
Prices just go up?
Yeah. Well, it's up and down. Like some months it surges higher. Some months, in the summer it's more expensive.
Try buying insurance during hurricane season, Jack.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Talk about prices.
Anyways, but here's one. Did someone say boycott? There's a big boycott going on against Walmart apparently, but it's not for the prices. Guess what it's about? Real quick.
If you
Go
had
ahead, guess.
any doubts about boycotting certain establishments, 1 second, please.
Did you guess yet? It's about the LGBTQ. So a lot of these big companies, this is no shade. We're not going down saying anything's right or wrong or cut your wiener off. We don't care. We're just saying that a lot of these companies were doing this big, kind of rainbow thing, right? Where, but a lot of these companies like Walmart, Toyota, like this one right here, Toyota has announced it will no longer sponsor the LGBTQ parades and events, will no longer make efforts to promote diversity, equality, and inclusion. Your thoughts, all opinions welcome. I think most people, it's such a finite amount of cats that are like this whole alphabet situation going on, the reverse alphabet thing. It's most people have already been like, what's going on? It's just a finite, but now people want to boycott these companies, and it's like, what are you supposed to do? Back to the advertising. If you just advertise to these people, it's like a small fraction of society. The masses, most people, it's like, I like women when the woman likes a man, and it's like, it's pretty regular life. It's not. It's funny that this is even a conversation.
Well, it's also insane too, because people get mad at corporations for not doing that, and then when they do it, it's like they're hypocrites anyway, because it's like, oh, Nike cares about all these progressive issues, but there's still Asian kids making their shoes for 5 cents a day.
Yeah,
trying to jump out of windows.
When my child turns 6, he's going to learn a little thing called hard work. He's going to Indonesia, baby.
That's
anyways. Let's keep let's keep this party moving. It's just this is what's going on though.
Hey, we don't know what to tell you.
Pretty bizarre. All right, this is going on in Denver apparently. No license, no registration, no problem.
One thing I've noticed a lot in Denver, Colorado, is there are a lot of cars being driven around with no license plates. Isn't it kind of weird that people can come into our country, get a car, drive without being registered, but if you and I drove even a week without registering our car, we'd get a ticket?
Jack is fuming right now.
No, you know what it is? Technically, we're not going to go down the rabbit hole about being a traveler and all driving versus traveling. We're not going to do that. But technically, the DMV is a third party. Technically, y'all could do your homework on that. But for the truth is I don't want to deal with it. Technically, I don't need to have any of that stuff. But do I really want to have to get pulled over all the time and argue with the cop? No, I don't. I fucking don't.
It's an uphill battle.
But I see more of this happening, and it's going to continue to happen. And I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. It's probably not the best, but it's fun. It's funny though, because it's like I'm conditioned to where if I don't do this, I'm getting in trouble, whether it's really legal or not. Just like the plants, the illegal plants, right? Who owns this rock? Same shit. Anyways, just something to think about. Apparently, this is a really big deal in Denver, though.
Out registering our car, would get a ticket.
I can't be the only one that this is happening to. My friend, I know you're watching this. When you go to the grocery store, do you run into people who are literal NPCs? And I'm talking about the early 2000s type of video game character. They run.
Okay, so an NPC is a non-playable character. Just in case anybody didn't know that, it's like the background character in a video game that's just walking. They don't really do anything. It's just a...
If you're playing Grand Theft Auto, you punch someone who's just standing there.
Yeah.
They're an NPC.
They're an NPC. Okay, so now there's this conspiracy out there where it's people are really that in real life. The birds have batteries in them. That kind of situation. Anyways, this guy, he's kind of got a point. I know. It's wild stuff. We're just having fun here.
Into the wall, they glitch out. It's like they're glitching out in real life. I'm standing there in the aisle, and these people are literally running into me. They are running into me. They have no sense of direction anymore.
No.
And I know, excuse me and all of that has been out the door for quite some time. Although I still use my manners. I know a lot of people do, but the majority don't, and it just keeps getting worse and worse each generation. Now, I've talked about people's behavior for a long time, but I've noticed they're getting more and more robotic. It's like they're just assimilated right into the Matrix, and they have no human condition to them anymore. I'm praying for them. I'm praying for their soul. But what do you see out there, guys? Leave a comment and tell me, what do you think?
It does happen.
But full circle here from the guy on the train at 6 a.m. You know, sometimes, like, I'm just going about. Like, I feel like we all get in autopilot sometimes. It's like, wake up, go to work, eat the food, do this. And sometimes, like, some of this shit's mundane. You know, like, I don't think it's... I think everybody has the capability to be just an autopilot. That's really how I feel. Like, I do it. You probably do it. That guy just talking, he probably does it too. Like, he could have been the guy sitting on the train. You get what I'm saying? Like, at 6 a.m. So, I don't know. I don't really believe in, like, there's really just, like, bots out here. Like,
I don't
just,
think they are.
I don't believe that.
I do think you can get close to that. Like, if you really don't take care of yourself and you're kind of trapped in a life you don't want to live, you kind of just go on autopilot all the time.
Yeah, like, more so than others. Yeah. But I
don't believe in NPCs.
Yeah.
Like real life NPCs.
I'm not going to play this guy's thing. I'm going to sum this guy's up. It's way too long. But this dude's realizing the older he gets, he's realizing the older I get, the less I know. So he was talking about how he's really in tune with the phone, which I think is a big thing, right? Which makes things seem crazier than they probably actually are. But he was saying how he has another friend who knows nothing about anything on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube. All this guy knows is building stuff and carpentry and, you know, fixing his truck and, like, growing a garden. And so he was saying, after really getting to know this guy, he's like, I thought I knew what was up. It turns out this guy, who I thought wasn't in tune, knows more than everybody. So it's just kind of something to think about, like who really knows what's up?
Truly.
That's kind of where I'm getting at with that. But let's end on a positive note. We're going to end on a high one. This is something to take home with you. Just a little inspiration here. This dude goes, talking about his father. He goes, before he died, a father said to his son, here's a watch that your grandfather gave to me. That's almost 200 years old. He goes, before I give it to you, he goes, take it to the jewelry store and try to sell it. See how much they offer you. We're going somewhere with this. The son went to the jewelry store, came back to his father and said, they offered me $150. They said it's too old. His father said, okay, now go to the pawn shop. He goes, okay. Because the son went to the pawn shop, came back, and the pawn shop offered him $10. He said it looks too worn out. His father goes, all right, take the watch to the museum and see what they say about it. So the boy went to the museum, came back, and said to his father, the curator offered me $500,000 for this very rare piece to be included in their precious antiques collection.
Wow.
Okay, this is where we're going with this. The father said, I wanted to let you know that the right place values you in the right way. Don't find yourself in the wrong place and get angry if you are not valued. Those that know your value are those who appreciate you. Don't stay in a place where nobody sees your value.
That's beautiful.
That was just something I wanted to put in here. I thought that was
really
dope.
good.
It's also like perspective too. And so anyways, you guys can check out my homie Nate's channel, Nate Roscoe
Really
RLP.
appreciate that.
I'll leave it down in the description. A shout out to everybody who bought an RLP shirt. Really appreciate that. Link down below. But you guys leave your thoughts. I know you will. Trippy shit, dude. I think it's just, I don't think anybody's right or wrong. It's kind of just funny.
Government. Help!
Help! I enjoy it.